everyone, welcome to Vodka Vlogs and Varun, Russia Travel Diaries. So today I'll be taking you all through the most beautiful place on earth, which is the Lake Baikal. As I mentioned in the previous video that we traveled all the way from St. Petersburg to Irkutsk. Irkutsk is a small city in Siberia and it has a large number of parks, beautiful river flowing through the center of the city, and we visited one when we just landed in Irkutsk near our Airbnb stay. And from there we had a train to Lake Baikal at 2 p.m. So this is a short video when we just boarded our train and we were moving towards the outskirts of Irkutsk. And here you can see how the houses are built in such an area where there is a lot of pine forestry, and there are a lot of mountains in and around. So Irkutsk, by the way, is a very beautiful place. Probably everyone should visit this place. And so these are some of the pictures we clicked during the train journey. And so there are a lot of forests that you can see on your way to Sludyanka, a town near which you can see the start or a part where Lake Baikal begins. And so it is a 2.5 hour journey. Probably we reached by around 4:30, and these are some pictures when we started approaching Lake Baikal. Also, I have attached a video that takes you around the train. So Lake Baikal is such a mesmerizing place to visit that a person can never forget visiting this place, because uh, the view that you can see in front of you, it just felt uh, like you couldn't differentiate which was where the lake was and where the sky was. It was absolutely clean. You cannot differentiate between the color of the sky and the lake at one point, where you can just see mountain as a differentiator in between the entire thing. So it is such a beautiful place. Words are very less to uh, express, and something that is beyond expressions. So Lake Baikal, we started getting a glimpse of it in the train itself as we were approaching near to Sludyanka town. So the train moves through a mountain, so we get to see a lot of uh, a lot big part of the lake, and it is so just beautiful. uh, the forest around it, lush green forest, and in further pictures you can even see glaciers that are very far behind the lake. Actually, the water to the lake comes through the glaciers, and the history of the lake says that this lake uh, is contains the world's largest number of this lake contains 20 world freshwater, the highest amount by any water body that has ever come into the sea. Contains around 20% of the world's freshwater, and they say that now is a good time to visit when there is no snow. But when there is snow also, you can see
My goodness me,
clearly.
goodness gracious,
It is that clear
it's
and
so
fresh.
beautiful.
Also,
You cannot differentiate what is the sky, where is the sky, and where is the Baikal lake. It's so beautiful and mesmerizing. The beauty is just falling.
there are a lot of
Beauty is something that you should obviously fall for.
slabs that
There are some glaciers behind. It looks so
throughout all these years. So this is when we started approaching Sludyanka town, and you can see that there is a white color portion that is seen on the mountain. So basically that are the glaciers. So they are quite far away, but you can see them very closely. And as our train was approaching the Sludyanka town, we were able to get a more clearer picture of the lake in front of us. It is just amazing to just see seamless beauty. You cannot differentiate between the skies and the lake. uh, it is just not possible. So you will be in awe when you go to this place. If you remove the entire greenery around and you just have the lake, you have the skies, and you have the mountain, it is just amazing. So this is when we actually approached this Ludyanka town. And then once we reached the Ludyanka town, we took some pictures of how Russian trains looks like, and how their platforms are. So they have flat platforms, or they have no height platforms. So basically, in India, our platforms are pretty high, right? Like we have around 3 feet high or 3.5 feet high platforms. There in Russia, your platforms are at your track level. So your train has these foldable stairs that helps you get in and get through. So this is the beautiful Sludyanka town, and it is a very beautiful place. And from the Sludyanka one train station, our homestay, or kind of spot to uh, camp the night was around 1.5 kilometers. So we decided not to take a cab or something, but to walk down the entire path, just to uh, get the view of this beautiful lake. So we walked around for 40-45 minutes. It was very slow climb. We decided to enjoy nature and move ahead. So these photos are just nearing to the stay that we would be living in. And this is the final picture when we reached the stay, and I immediately got down the stairs and captured some pictures with the lake. And this is how the lake actually looks. This is the panoramic shot. This was our place where we stayed. So this is a guest house kind of thing, but it is a homestay. And you have this patio in front of your or a open garden, open terrace kind of thing, and you can see the lake. Also there is a staircase that leads you down to the lake also. And what I did was I decided that I would take a dip. The time we reached was around like 5:30, so I decided that let me try and take a dip as soon as possible, just to uh, see and feel how the lake is. So actually the lake was freezing cold, though uh, it is not winter, but it was freezing cold. The water was freezing cold, and I felt it the first time when I went into the lake. But the second time I went next day, it was quite normal, because now I had adjusted to the temperature of the water. So, and this guest house is a pretty good place to stay in. uh, there you had these beautiful cats, you had 2-3 dogs, and a very welcoming host. So it was good, and I enjoyed my first dip in Lake Baikal. Though it was freezing, I wasn't able to walk properly on the stones also. I was shivering with cold. So I decided that I would again try it tomorrow morning, the next day morning, around 7-8 a.m. So these are some shots after the dip. And then we actually were only admiring the beauty. We had some food, and this is when I took some underwater shots in the lake. And what happened is, after these shots, only my phone got damaged. So I forgot to take the protective cover for my phone, and my phone got damaged due to this. But I was able to capture some of the most beautiful shots covering Lake Baikal. So these shots were so amazing that even if you put your camera under the water, you will get some crystal clear images of uh, plants and stones underwater. So I never thought that I could get it so clearly, because even when we traveled to Phuket, we shot some underwater shots using a protective case, but none of them had such good clarity. But in Lake Baikal, you can just see what is below you through your naked eyes. You do not need goggles or anything. Water is so clean, you can just drink it like that. And it is just so clean that you cannot expect anything. You can even see what is 1 meter or 2 meter away from you. You can see how deep it is and what is kept in front of you. So it is so beautiful to see Lake Baikal. And now these are some shots of the homestay or the guest house that we stayed in. So it had a nice jhula or swing, that we can say, and these are some shots that I took in the evening. These are the night shots. The sun sets on the opposite side of the lake, so sunset could not be captured, but tried to capture some moonlight shots, and the moon looked beautiful anyway. So after taking some night shots, I was feeling very cold, as I had just taken a dip, so decided to sleep for a while, but then got up at 4 as I had asked the host when it would be sunrise time, and so she had told me that it would be 4:30 would be the sunrise time. So I woke up at 4 and clicked some selfies before the sunrise. So actually the sun, I think, had already risen, but as we say in science, that it is a 20 minutes delay, that after 20 minutes we get to see the sun rising, but it has already risen. So I captured a few shots of myself sitting at the stairs and catching a glimpse of the lake, and then I have shot some videos also where you can see the sun rising. There are a few beautiful shots. You can see where the sun is rising just above the mountains, and you have the lake in front, and the reflection through the waves comes till the point you are sitting at the lake. So where the lake starts, uh, for example, it starts at the point where you are currently standing, so you can see the rays traveling all the way, or the reflection of the sun right all the way from where it is rising towards you. So it is such a beautiful place. The water is crystal clear and transparent, and we also felt that the morning was not very cold, but at night it was a bit cold. The temperature was not in minus, but the host told us that in winters the temperature goes up to minus 50 degree, minus 60 degrees, so it becomes really unbearable in those conditions. So it was a good time when we visited Lake Baikal, and these are some shots or some videos where you can see the sun beautifully rising, and you can see the effect of it. I just dimmed the brightness of my camera so that you could see how the sun was basically just rising from behind the mountains. So once the sun had risen, I again clicked a few shots where you can see the sun very clearly, round in shape or circular in shape, like you always visualize sun rising in between hills, and then it just comes up from a semicircular form. You get to see an entire sphere. So just beautiful. And generally the host there told me that every every 3 years or maybe every 5 years the water keeps increasing towards the bay. So and The earlier day when we arrived there were no waves, but the next day early morning we could see a lot of waves coming through the lake, so which is unexpected. You never see some waves uh, in a lake, but this time we were able to see waves also. And there are actually no facilities from Sludyanka town where you can explore Lake Baikal, but there is an Oakland Island which is around 4.5 to 5 hours journey from Irkutsk, which you can visit. There are specific bus timings and ferry timings. There is also this Trans-Siberian Railway which you can opt for. If you want to travel to Lake Baikal, you can go to Sludyanka or Ulan-Ude. So either you can go to Oakland Island. So Oakland Island is exactly at the center of the lake, and it is the biggest island present in that lake. And from there you have these boat rides to the center of the lake where you can see up to 40 meters deep, because the lake at that part is very deep. And from Ulan Ude also, and in the Ulan Ude side you can see glaciers, so that is also a beautiful place that you can visit. So these are some sunrise shots, some selfies I managed to click somehow. And once the sunrise was done, I just came back to my room and thought that it is better now that let us go and have another dip. So got ready for my second dip, and here is a video of my second dip. Might be a bit weird, but I finally took my second dip. And this time I went a bit more far inside or deeper inside the lake, because now I knew I could bear with the temperature of the lake, so I was very much able to sustain the temperature, and I was able to properly take a dip rather than just splashing water all over my body like how I did the earlier day. So these were proper dips, and I also floated for some time in the water, and then I came out. So the second dip was actually very good. And then we had our breakfast. So I generally carried Maggie packets, so I cooked Maggie there, fresh hot Maggie, and that was our breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything for our stay at Baikal, because there were no restaurants that were serving vegetarian food, so we had to bear with it. I wanted to try some fish at Lake Baikal because it is a freshwater fish, so obviously it would taste much more better. And so asked my host, but we could not arrange because it was far away from the place that we were staying in. If you go to Oakland Island or Ulan Ude, probably you would get fresh fish. And then I just asked my host if there are some other places to explore around this town. So she said that there are hills on one side and there are beaches on one side. So I decided to explore the beach rather than going towards the hills, because hills are generally what we see. So beaches are kind of like these at Lake Baikal. And generally what we see is when we have water and we have sand generally settles down. But in case of fresh water here in Lake Baikal, there is some sand that you can see floating on the water. It does not submerge, it just makes a colloidal solution. So the sand basically just floats on water. So it is something that you do not see generally, but you can find at some places pertaining to fresh water. And from this point also you are able to see clearly what is beneath the water or what is under the water clearly, all the stones, all the mosses, all the plants. So you can see, and these rail tracks are basically installed to push boats inside the water. So if people bring their own boats, it would become easier for them to push the boat on these rail tracks, because there are a lot of stones and rocks in the initial phase of the lake. So to not destroy the boat, these tracks are placed. And this is a dog that I was very fond of when I visited the place. And Then at around 12 p.m. of the next day, we left from Sludyanka to Irkutsk, back to Irkutsk, and this is the snap of the Sludyanka railway station. So majority of the small town railway stations look the same, and this time we had a coupe train. So this train was a kind of like an AC2 tire, and actually these trains have a lot of facilities which I'll be showing in upcoming photos. So you can see that these are the two-seater trains and AC2 tire trains, and these AC2 tires are coupes. So and they cost around like 500 bucks from Sludyanka to Irkutsk. And so we now finally boarded the train to Irkutsk, and this is how the coupe looks. It has a big table, center table, and we can see some glaciers behind, and this is when we departed from Sludyanka. Again, I did not want to miss enjoying or miss watching the beauty of the lake, so I again captured a lot of shots. So if someone might have missed watching the front part of the video, might have just skipped to the last, you can still enjoy the Lake Baikal shots here. A lot of glaciers are seen behind these, and that is one thing which is very good. You can see a lot of glaciers behind. These are you can actually see the entire Lake Baikal. Be a bit careful, and this is the final video of Lake Baikal, and after that it was all mountains, and we could not see the lake anymore. So this ended our tour to Baikal, and here upcoming now would be some shots from inside the train, how these two-tier sleeper coaches, actually this train goes all over to Moscow, so it is a 2-day or a 3-day journey, and I am quite surprised that I could find something interesting in these trains. Generally in Indian trains which take almost 2 to 3 days to travel, generally they only have these western toilets and Indian toilets, but these toilets in Russian trains are quite amazing because they have a shower facility as well as your toiletry system, basic toiletry system. So this is how the coupe look, and they have a good toilet system given. You have a bath area where you can just take a shower if you feel like very dizzy or uncomfortable. So then we reached Irkutsk around 4 p.m. and then we decided that we would visit the Ankara museum, but it was closed, and at this point, at this place, my phone blacked out, so I did not travel after that. So these are some night shots of Irkutsk city when lit up, and that was all for Irkutsk. And so hope you all like the video. Spasibo, and stay tuned. We'll meet for the final video, final last vlog from Russia, which is the Moscow trip and return to India. Thank you.